and then give them something that's going to keep their attention long enough that you can be real quick, following all of your 26 diapering steps. We want to make sure we're still following all 26 of those steps, but as quickly as you can. So then there's something that they're engaged in outside of, so then that also gives you the space and the time to still get everybody changed with the least amount of incidents. And your children that you know may be tromping their friends, they may have to be sitting on beside you in the bathroom with a book.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Giving them something like that, or a fidget toy, or a truck or a car, something that you know they like. Have them sitting with you in the bathroom.
Gotcha.
And then that takes the stress off of you, because they're the ones that are going to disrupt the flow. And then you've got the calm, the group out here building, having a great time. You've got the ones that are going to disrupt the flow beside you while you're changing, with something to do, but beside you. And then it helps you to quickly do what you need to do and get back out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. I think that's why she needs two teachers too, because I was in there in her room the other day, and she was doing the changing, and I had her entertain.
Right.
They love music.
Yes.
So I was going all kind of, even though non-verbal one,
Right.
he loves music.
Yeah.
So if you put on music, you will get his attention. Nothing wrong, but you're going to get his attention. So I think that's good. The music is a good thing too, but she needs that extra help.
Yes. And so our goal is to give you the tools, so that if there's a time you don't have that extra help, you are still able to do what you need to do
And not be stressed.
and not be stressed.
That's what I need.
So having this, and have the same routine. So have the same routine for changing. So let them do the Legos at the same time every day. Maybe that's during the changing time. That's when they get to build with the Legos while you're doing the changing real quick. And then their little nonverbal person can be in the bathroom with you. You guys can be singing the Wheels on the Bus. You can be doing whatever you want to do.
He's going to be like,
Yeah.
oh, she's singing. I'm going to go in there with her.
That's what I do.
Yep.
I'm not
Yep. And have that, even if it's some hand fidgets or something, something that they can be touching and moving and playing with, so that then you can be effective, because you're figuring out how to keep each of your different age groups engaged until the end of what you need to get done. And then they're still learning at the same time. So maybe you have the children picking out the red Legos while they're sitting there with you. Find 5 red Legos. And when they go, teacher, I've got my 5. Okay, now find me 5 blue.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now find me 5 green. Now if you put all these colors together, what can you build?
Yeah, okay.
So you're going to, with groups like that, you're going to become a master of taking advantage of teachable moments.
Okay.
So you're using those Legos as a teachable moment while you get potties and changes.
I need that.
And
Do
then
you have
whatever,
a speaker?
Bluetooth speaker.
2-year-olds love
We don't have a
music.
speaker. I mean, you got a radio.
Yeah, the CD player?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
You
that.
got Bluetooth.
Play Kids Box on them. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, it gets them going.
Yes, Bob, yeah.
It
And,
gets them going.
yep, and so think about what engages the 2 children that you need to engage. Think about what engages them.
Water.
Yeah, the sink.
Have you ever seen Miss Rachel? You see how she talks to a lot of autistic kids. Love her.
Oh, no, I ain't watching that through the
But
exclusive.
she got a pitchy voice, so it kind of like,
Yeah.
they kind of catch on.
Oh, no, I ain't watching none of her videos on there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
gotta get their attention too. Hey, little Johnny, what are you doing? You want to come over here with me and help me do this?
Oh, okay.
Sit over here with me while I change them. You know, little stuff like that. I don't know. I be changing my voice, girl.
And maybe they can,
With everything.
and finding those ways, so maybe your 3-year-olds can count for you. Count and see how long it takes me to change this diaper. Count and see how long it takes your friend to wash his hands. How long is your friend supposed to be washing his hands? 20 seconds?
My students do
Yeah.
this once. So they're doing something with their hands. All the way to 20. They're
Yeah.
doing this. It's just little things. I guess I learned that over the year though.
And
When I was in EPS with the 3-year-olds, I used to get frustrated I was. To tell you, I go to this like, man, I'm tired. They used to wear me out, but when I came back this time, I said, I'm not gonna let them wear me out. I gotta come up with strategies.
That's what I'm asking now, like, anything I need to ask, I'm asking. So, yeah.
Absolutely, yes. And it takes talent to be able to juggle different ages at the same time. That's why family child care providers are a gem,
Yeah.
because they have birth up through school age sometimes in the afternoons, and they have to have their room arranged. So when with your room arrangement for your materials on your shelves, do you have it kind of separated out, or do you just have one set of materials?
It's set it out and then it's labeled and
Okay,
stuff.
so, and I say like, family child care, if this were a family child care home, the bottom shelf may be for the 1-year-olds, the middle shelf may be for a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, and then the upper shelf may be for school age.
Okay, gotcha.
So finding those leveled things so that, okay, my 1-year-olds know they're gonna come right up here and they're gonna pull this off the shelf. This is exactly designed for them.
Oh, okay.
My 3-year-olds are gonna go and pull this off the shelf because it's exactly designed for them.
Okay.
And it's within their reach. And then it's kinda, you have to definitely have multi-age. So if you have puzzles, if you've got 3-year-olds, you've gotta have 2 or 3 different kinds of puzzles. Big knobby ones, little knobby ones, and then no knobs. Yeah, so I think just figuring out, thinking about your schedule and what are your toughest times in your schedule, and then thinking about what will help, why it's your toughest time, and then what activities can you engage the children in that can ease that for you. Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Hopefully that'll help some.
It will.
So what other questions can we strategize for anybody? And if there's not any, that's okay. And it is actually already almost 1:45. Yeah. And that's okay, because I'll hang around with Ms. Shea and catch her up on what we did. And our YouTube channel.
And so that way, if there's times where, because we have staff that work weekends, they can have the class going in their ear, on an earbud, while they're working, and then they're still not missing, and they're here with us. So they're able to be a part of the activities that we're doing and stuff.
They can also comment in the chat.
Yep, they can also comment in the chat.
The goal is to make it accessible. So even better experience for the people that can't and are watching it online. So our next class, I think, is Wednesday night via Zoom. So I'll send out another reminder, and we're going to start working on active learning and what active learning looks like. And then we're going to kind of build the house. So we built the foundation with all the child development pieces that we've talked about so far. So now we're going to build the framework that you guys are going to operate within inside your classroom. So we're going to talk about what active learning looks like. And then we'll talk about lesson planning. And then I may switch it up a little bit and we'll talk about the active learning, but then we may go ahead into activity, thinking about the different activities. No, I'm not going to switch it up. We're going to go back to the planning to a standard. So thinking about your gelled standard or strand and looks like, what the development looks like from an emerging, a developing, and a mastered level. And then when you know that, then you'll know, okay, exactly, I need to do, it looks like this for this, I need this activity, I need this activity, I need this activity. And the goal is to plan one activity that you can either scaffold up for children that are at a mastered level, and you can scaffold it down so you're gonna plan for the 80%, right, in our bell curve? So that if you need to take it down for some children, or take it up, how to do that. And that'll probably help you too with your multi-ages. Because you'll be able to see it from an emerging, developing, and a mastered level. And you have all three of them in there, depending on the skill. And then we'll look at the activities. Because I want us to be able to plan to the skill, the developmental skill first, and everything else comes from that. So we'll talk about our active learning. We'll talk about our learning centers and the setup of our classroom. Then we'll do the lesson plan, and we'll do the activity building after that.
And the teacher's gonna be referenced from the jail strand?
You're going to choose your developmental skill first and plan everything to your developmental skill and not to an activity.
Okay.
So you're not going to pick a theme and plan everything to the theme. You're going to pick a developmental skill.
Okay.
You're going to plan it to the skill. So if you're looking at physical development, you're going to think about the strand and the skill that you want them to be able to practice.
Okay.
And then, based on what activities you want to plan, then decide on what topic of study or theme that you want to use. But start with the skill first. So that's how you build your toolbox. So you start from the skill first, and then everything else, because an activity is an activity. Means nothing if you don't know what skill it's aligned with.
Sure.
So we're going to go from the skill first.
Okay.
Any questions?
I appreciate everything. I'm writing stuff down. Miss Shay tell you, I'm gonna walk out. You know that?
I know how she feel because before I left there had my baby, I had them.
Yeah.
So I know exactly how she feel.
Yeah.
And she didn't have the non-verbal. She didn't have the.
Yeah, I didn't have those. Like my older babies,
She
they went
didn't
on to
have
the 3-year-old.
Yeah.
So the ones that advanced, that they knew everything, they kind of left. So
Yeah.
now she's stuck with all these babies that really don't know
communicate.
nothing. They don't communicate.
Yeah.
You know.
I say it's challenging. And she never
But
done a
here's the
lot.
question, what do you expect out of a 1 and 2?
It's not about what I expect out of them. It's just I feel like if I had that help. My main thing is assistance. Right, Shane?
Yeah, she just
I'm not
need
worried about
assistance.
because they're kids. I can't
Yeah,
expect one
you
y'all
they
to
gon-
do.
Yeah.
They 1 and 2. I don't expect them to write a book. You know what I'm saying? No, I read a book. But at some point, like I said, if I have, even you and them, the classroom is more manageable right around.
Yeah, it's more
You just
manageable.
it just needs some management, period.
Right.
And it's hard.
I know I can get their attention for like at least, I'm gonna say 7 minutes.
With the music.
7
But I'm
minutes.
changing, she doing the music.
Yeah, the music. I don't have them at the library for like 7 minutes on.
Yeah,
But
she
they
love
love
me
me
out a
to
lot
read
when she
them.
in there. But when she leave, it's me again by
Right.
myself.
So we want to make sure, and I want prepared that because that's going to be another ticket for you being by yourself with that range, is you have to be overly prepared.
Yeah.
So, and it has to move like clockwork. There can be no time in between.
Just
It's
good.
got to be going.
Or make the best out of those transitions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Different ways
Those
to
teachable moments. Yep.
transition.
In the
Absolutely.
ideas, I'm let me know.
Absolutely.
It's- like I said,
Absolutely. Well, and maybe there would be a day that I could just come and just observe your class with you, and then I could give you better strategies. If I could just watch and see, and I could say, try this.
Yeah.
During this time, this seems to be this, try this. Have you thought about moving this over here, so this makes it easier to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
She did that with me before.
Really?
And I, you know, you're nervous when she's the director. I'm trying to do everything perfect, but the tips and ideas that she gave me helped. And I ended up leaving out of childcare, going to the dental field, and I came back. So everything that she showed me, it's like I'm implementing it now in my class now.
Yeah, I want her to come and
Like
tell me.
I don't get why I'm telling you.
Well, I'm a visual learner myself, and so I tell everybody I have to live in a space.
Yeah.
And if I can live in it, because like you live in your house, and you
Yes.
see what you like best about, what do I want my couch here? Do I want my couch here? Same thing in your classroom.
Yeah.
You have to live with it, so as long as it's set up quiet to loud, and just says unfortunately. So it's the details about what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish.
And I can't say, like, stick to a strict schedule. I'm not saying, you know, it changes up every day. But if you have that same schedule every day, like I had a one, so they know when we eat, I say go to the library, go to the library center.
Exactly.
So they automatically know to go.
Consistency and
they
routine
go to the
matters.
library.
So-
And I get a chance to clean up. They don't interrupt me. I get a chance to clean up, and then, you know, some of them cry 'cause they know, oh, we know what's next. We about to get ready to lay down.
I don't
Consistent schedule is good.
After that, yeah.
So that's good. Sometimes I have to do that.
Yeah.
But other time they stay at the library and they'll let me go on there and clean.
And that's going to be the same as well. The same consistent routine. So the same thing you do for changes one day, you have to do this next day.
So they'll know.
And then the children that I really feel like get your older ones to be helpers. Get them to help with the
Yeah,
cleaning
put
up.
that down
Get
on
them to. That's going to be really key
To engage
for you.
them.
Engaging them and
No.
getting them.
Hey,
Get them to help you.
Hey, come on. Lay
Yeah.
mats out.
Yeah.
Put the sheets over here. Help little Johnny. Bring little Johnny over here. Come.
But the thing about it, the older are the ones that's really aggressive too. So
Oh,
that's,
okay.
that's the
Because
thing
they're
too.
around
It's a
the
lot
other
of
kids.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, you have such a soup pot that it's about giving everybody the words so that the aggression is limited, is minimal in the midst of everything else. Yeah.
It's gonna take. Actually, I didn't know it take this long.
It's gonna take long.
It
With these, it is.
It
I
took
just
long
started-
with me. Like soon as I got the kids to where I'm comfortable with
And that's
being
my
in the room by myself, them other three moved. So I'm like, now I got a whole new batch that I got to try to get comfortable. They got to get comfortable with me.
Absolutely. And
So-
get accustomed to a new routine.
Yeah, a new routine.
Yeah.
It took a while, but you gonna get it.
Yeah. And I think it's also good to be able to validate what you're doing right.
Yeah.
So keep that up. That's great. Do more of that. That's perfect. Keep talking like that. Keep moving like that. Okay, I like that transition. Keep doing it.
Yeah.
So it's also about validating what you are doing well.
True.
And if nobody, and people get busy, as a regional director, a director at one site, regional director over 3, I know what it's like to not have time to spend with your teachers in their
I
classroom.
know that. But yeah, I understand that.
And so I try to take those minutes when I can and peek my head in and say, oh, this parent said this to me today. Or, oh, I like that. You know, being able to keep getting,
Yeah.
giving the feedback so that then you feel confident in what you're doing too.
You'll get that. I don't know when. Appreciation. That's in other words, like feeling like you're appreciated.
Yeah, we don't get that.
Well, but you know, and then I think changing it so that it's, because I'm not always appreciated at my role. Not in a bad way. It's just that the owner can't be daily, I appreciate you. You're doing a great job. Lisa. You know, all that. But finding that place within you that makes you feel proud even when nobody's looking. I just had to ask my friend that. She was like, well, Lisa, what motivates you? Well, first I asked her, I said, what motivates you? And she said, praise and affirmation motivates her. I said, well, how do you motivate yourself when there's nobody giving you praise or affirmation. And she looked at me, she said, well, I don't know. And she said, what motivates you? And I said, the process. I said, it is seeing the children's faces motivates me. Seeing the family's faces motivates me. Those are the things are all internal to me that motivate me when I may not feel so motivated.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm
And
like-
so figuring
I'm
out
like
what
thinking like that.
motivates you when you don't, even when you don't feel appreciated.
Okay, I ain't
Yeah.
think about it like that. Cause I was telling them last week, I'm about to quit. Didn't I say y'all that? I said, I'm gonna walk out. Yes, ma'am. Did I say that? I said, they got 2 more weeks. I'm gonna give them 2 weeks. I'm finna leave. And that's how I really felt. And I told them that. And I'm honest with them. Cause we communicate, me and another teacher. I'm about to give up.
Well, but don't give up. Because trust me, there's been times, even when I owned my own center, that if I could have put a for sale sign, I owned a franchise. If I could have put my for sale sign out without having to go through my franchise company, that would have been out there so many times. I can't count.
Yeah.
And there's even times, I've been with Leapfrog for 10 years. There's been times that I've been like, really?
Really?
Why do I do this? My colleagues thought I was all nuts. Why do I do this? So I had to,
She used to be running, y'all. This used to be doing everything.
yeah, before we got it, before we had a team.
She trying to do this, she trying to do this.
Yeah.
Just a real direct.
And I had to really look within myself and see why I'm doing the work. Because I wasn't always appreciated. I didn't always feel like I was supported. All the same things everybody always feels. But then I had to think about it. What is it that I need to feel supported? And then as I grew through all of those things, it was like me, the families, and the children made me feel validated and proud and encouraged and inspired to keep going. Even on those days that I'm like, if I have to go in this place one more time, if I have to go and tell this teacher that if she picks that child up that way one more time, if I have to go tell Sally, how many times I have to tell her she can't wear jeans to work? How many times I have to tell her to put on a uniform shirt? All those very same things. And they're probably going, well, Ms. Lisa never comes in here. No, baby, you don't want me to come in here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but, yeah, finding that internal motivation for
Is it
you.
internal?
Because no place is perfect.
Yeah.
No place is perfect. And one of my life coaches told me something that made me also change my paradigm. In that being at Leapfrog for 10 years, it was like, he said to me, because, my life coaches are always trying to ask me about my personal life too. They said, well, they want to make sure you're fulfilled in every aspect of your life. And so there's been hard times, because there's times that I have to fight for certain things for the teachers. I have to fight for certain things for the families, and that may not be in the vision of the owners. Now, we don't bump heads very often anymore because we've worked together for 10 years, so we are kind of on the same vision. But in the beginning, it wasn't like that. And my life coach told me that me being with them for 10 years is being in a committed professional relationship. And I was like, you know what? I guess you're right. Through the ups and the downs, the good, the bad, the thick, the thin, where I'm running till I just can't see straight, I am committed. And so it was like, and I was like, wow, okay. I'm in a committed professional relationship with my job. So that, me being committed like that, keeps me on those days that I might not have wanted to be there. Or those days when things are ebbing and flowing and up and down and all around the way. It keeps me.
I think that's what keeps me too. To
Yeah.
see that whatever I'm teaching them, they able to throw it back to me. Like, I'm teaching them ASL, like I teach a couple on ASL.
Yeah.
So when they want something, they be like, no, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So, get past the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
into the real committed part of the relationship.
Once you really get to know them babies, they're gonna hold a special place in your heart.
I ain't saying it did. It's just challenging. That's the only thing. It's just real hard.
And I can imagine, because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be in a classroom where I see my teachers now. I know how they feel when they have children that are nonverbal. They don't have they have not received a diagnosis yet. So you have these nonverbal children, and you're still learning how to be a teacher. So they're still learning how to be a teacher. They have nonverbal children, and they don't know what to do. And then they're like, okay, Lisa, where's my support? Where's my people? I need another person, not realizing that another person is not always the answer. It's a support when you need it, but it's not always the answer. It's strengthening you. And that takes time, and it takes patience on your part and a willingness to be disturbed, to be out of your comfort zone.
Another thing I realized too, I've been in child care over 30 years, and everybody know I am the auntie, the nanny, the grandma. I keep kids all the time. I have never had to. This right here is something different.
These post-pandemic babies are no
This
joke.
something different.
They're different.
I've been saying this since I
This
started.
something different. It's not the normal.
The parents are different.
The parents are, yes.
Everything about early childhood as we knew it is gone.
Yeah.
It's different. You have people choosing not to put children in childcare now. So programs we don't even have a full George pre-K class. But the public schools don't either, because people are choosing not to put their children in childcare. Well, look at our reputation, my goodness. You've got people on the news all the time doing crazy stuff to kids and getting arrested. My goodness, I fire teachers all the time. I fire teachers for going back and forth with parents and being disrespectful. I fire teachers for mishandling children. There's no...
It's different.
It's way different.
Like I said, I have been at home for 9 years, coming back into a child care setting. There's no more time out. You got to get the kids the food, the same time to get the milk. There's a lot of stuff that's different from when I left.
Yes.
There's no more time out at all.
Oh, yeah, no, that's been gone for a minute.
Don't say I've been out for 9 years. I've been doing my own at home for 9
Right.
years. So
And
it's
so you have to give yourself some grace in your adjustment. And it'll change again. Trust.
But like I said, once you build those relationships with the individual kids, it won't be as frustrating. And you'll get to know each single child. And it'll be more easier. I have a relationship with every last one of them.
I mean, real relationship. My kids cry
Even
for
the
me.
mothers, too.
I'm close to my kids and my parents. Like I said, it's just the challenging part comes from my biggest thing
Yours is the classroom management
have
part.
no help in the classroom
Right.
management.
So
That
we
is my
wanna
biggest problem.
we wanna change your paradigm so that it's not that you don't have any help, but you have everything that you need.
That sounds good.
You have everything that you need. So when I can have some support, that's great. I'm going to utilize it. But if on the days that you don't depend on, don't let your paradigm be weighed by whether or not you have some help. The programs that I work for, they're very smart businessmen. So there's other funding sources for the program, not just the money that the parents pay. It's because that's why we're allowed, that's why we can have 3 teachers in our classrooms, is because they are super smart businessmen. So the business owner also has to be a super savvy business owner, so that when you need to make adjustments, you have that freedom to make those adjustments, and you're not worried about your own personal bottom line. So they have funding income outside of the school. So they don't depend on the school to fund their lifestyle. So when business, so trust me, I was a business owner, I understand. Butts in seats matter. And you have one pot of money to work from.
Oh, okay.
But that's why I don't ever, if I, for my nonprofit, I do it differently. I have multiple streams of income.
Okay.
I don't depend on one thing to fund my lifestyle.
Gotcha.
Because I'd be in trouble. if I did.
Yeah.
I'd be,
Yeah.
so, understanding the perspective of the business owner, as well as finding your way. But please ask your director if she minds if I come and give you some tips, because I'm happy to do that.
All right.
You could say she's your life coach. Like my life coach and my therapist wants to be. I'm serious. Don't monitor me.
Or just say you're a CDA teacher.
Okay, that's it. But she might,
You're a teacher.
but she might get in the hot seat and be like,
Yeah.
hold on now, why she want to come in?
Yeah, no, just to help.
We talk all the time. We talk
Yeah.
all the time. Man.
Yeah.
I talk to her all the time. We have a meeting this week. Me, Miss Shay, Miss Christina, Miss Mo.
Oh, see, that's another thing. You have the director. I'm with talking to the director before I go talk to the owner,
Right.
because I feel like,
It's a chain of command kind of thing.
yeah, like,
And if the owner's not there all the time,
She's
never.
then the director is your first point of contact.
Yeah.
And she's way more understanding, you know, what's going on and all that. So,
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Well, ask your director then if she minds if your teacher comes to give you some support.
I will.
That'd be so cool. That'd be cool experience. For real. And I want to hear all about it. Come back Saturday.
So we are now after 2. So is there anything else that we want to discuss today?
I just wanted to share a resource in
Please.
addition to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a guy by the name of Harry Wong. He talks about the first days of school and like strategies to help with classroom management and stuff. And it might be effective.
What's his last name?
Wong, W-O-N-G.
Okay.
And so maybe you can like tailor it to your 2-year-old.
Thank you. Yeah, honey. Anything. I'm
That's so
suggestion.
good. You're open for that. That's really good.
And that's the part of being face to face in our class, is you get people that you can talk to and get lots of different ideas from, because not every idea may work for every person.
To keep trying another one. Keep trying another one.
Absolutely, absolutely. So is there anything else that we want to discuss today before we call it an afternoon and let you at least enjoy some sunshine? All right. And I think our next class is Wednesday night, right? It's Wednesday because our weekend is free the following weekend. So Wednesday night via Zoom, I'll send out another reminder
Okay.
for everybody.
And then Saturday we don't have class.
Right.
But Saturday afternoon.
Yep.
So it's like every week.
Every other is virtual or.
Yes. And we try to make it so we're not taking up every weekend or every weeknight, so. And when I get the books, we should have them by our next live session, and I'll face to face, and we'll have our books, and we'll start working on our portfolios then.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you on Wednesday night. Bye, cutie pie.
So cute.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna see you. My
Hey, brother,
sister
tell him that you ready to go, brother.
on the way.
Go get no taking.
Did you get the pictures of these pages you needed, Miss Terry? We have 2 Miss Terrys. Did you
no.
get
I was gonna ask Miss Terry to send it to me.
the? Okay, perfect. Perfect.
The picture that you got, I think we'll
Yeah.
change.
But mine
Well,
are
she's
different.
preschool, so we'll take And you still have your easier for you, Miss Sarah? She just needs to photocopy the resource pages and the competency statement. that way she can start looking at it and gathering some things that she may already have.
Taryn, we gotta clean up so we can leave.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, Miss Terry, you know you can call me anytime if you need anything.
All
If
right.
you have questions, if there's anything that I
No, wait, I gotta finish. You gotta finish cleaning up. And where's your phone?
She don't look like she been to me.
that will hear every, all the rest of you as you
Is she still?
then you can do it.
Yeah, thank you. I need that. I hear you now.
Yes.
You got my shoes?
I'm not sure.